Okay, so it's Mark A Squared. What I thought I would do today is a couple of videos back, I got this ABUS 8345 Series 2 with the Schlage keyway. Right? I keyed it. I got it zero bitted. When it arrived, it was zero bitted, set to a different key, and I basically took it apart and put pins in for the black key from Sparrow's repinning kit, right? Schlage, and it's a really nice heavy lock. Really nice heavy lock. I currently have it set up with off camera. I repinned the driver pins to all straight pins, all standard pins, except for the pin that's in the 6th chamber, which you could install separately. The key it came with was only meant for 5. The pins they gave were 5. But in any case, this is a 6-pin key, and I have a replacement that I want to put it to, but I'll do that later on another video, because I thought what I'd do today is I would pick it. There's only one spool pin, so it's not the hardest lock on the planet. You saw the keying there. It's not anything crazy. I thought I'd pick it on camera, take it apart, and just lay everything out and cut then and do the replacement and all that later, because I got to figure out the key pins and all that again, and because I'm doing this key instead. So one of the ones that I bought is replacements, and they're numbered, so I should be able to find this combo pretty quickly. The Sparrow's practice cutaway lock that I repinned the other day had all these numbers in it. So I should be able to use that as like a color guide to figure out what from my pinning kit goes with this key so that I can make it work in here. And of course, it's not going to do that right now because it's the wrong key. Well, let's see here. So I'm going to go with some top tension. Again, I'm a lefty, so I pick kind of upside down from normal people, but let's see here. Ding, ding. Oh, it feels like it wants to go already. Yeah. Okay, so very easy set right now. 6 pins, and one is the spool, like I was trying to spit out there if I didn't get it all out earlier. But there you go. So let me set this down, because of course I forgot to grab my screwdriver. But of course I did have it handy, right? Screwdriver. There is a screw down the cylinder there. Ding, 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 ding. I also got this new, well, I had it in my basement, in my tool chest. I didn't realize that this is going to be good for catching pins that want to bounce. Somebody I saw on YouTube, of course, had this set up with this plastic bubble kind of a covering. It does great, simulates the bigger mats. In any case, I'll shut up and let me just do this here. So let me see, did it bring the, yep, so it brought the little S pin with it, the thing that makes it retain the key, right? So I'll put that safely up there. The cylinder itself looks like so. Let me put a key in there and turn it back to true. All right, so it's that key did its thing. You could reference my old video to see what's what with that. It's a Schlage 300 series C64, so that 6th pin is hidden under there. That's how it's installed without having to take the whole shebang apart. You slide that across and put in the key pin, put in the driver pin, put in the spring, kind of squeeze everything down and slide the plate over, and it is 6-pin, right? But what I'll do now is I will take this. I'm going to take it apart. Let me shoot up in here too, just for giggles here. Let's see, tap. So all that mechanism in there just engages with what's in there and kind of twists and turns and tells it what to do. Now my screw is still in my body. The screw is in my body. No, it isn't. There it goes. For later, right? Now what I'd like is if I can get this darned thing to not focus like that, not autofocus. But I can't once it's doing autofocus, I can't figure out how to make it. Or I want it to autofocus because when I tap on it, then it wants to be exactly in that spot. But whatever, I'll work with this bullshit. I could take the hasp off and all that. I'm not gonna do that because I like it the way it is, and I don't want to have a bad learning experience because I don't know on camera basically what I'm doing there. So I'm just gonna leave that as it is. Slide that down, get this out of the way. This is the Let's see. I'm gonna do this and just try and remember to be cognizant of the fact that I've my focus field is tapped to make it focus. So in any case, this guy, the holes across the bottom just kind of show where the key pins could be. I'll turn them over like an idiot. Oh, of course I can't because this lock again has this little retaining pin on it, right? So you take something like a screwdriver, and let's see, which way do I want to go? I can go completely around and come back, and they'll be popping out of here. Let's see. So I will hold this down. Of course, it's all fidgety. It's all like little small things going on. Let me look at my camera and make sure I'm actually shooting focus. Yep. Okay, so I'm turning it. I'm holding down that little pin here, turning the key just to get everything to come back into alignment. So there we go. 6 pins. Focus. Yep, so 6 pins, right? Doesn't really matter. Well, that's the thing is this black key, wherever I put it, oh, it's of course like magic. It's hidden under my hand. Almost matches a lot of the numbers on this other key that I'm replacing. It looks like when I line it up and try and, give it the hairy eyeball, it looks like maybe that might align. But I'm betting that it's off by like a number or whatever. So I'll repin the thing later. But for now, I could keep going in this direction, and I'm going to get this whole chamber here exposing all those key pins. I'm going to take it down to here. And do key 1, and they already are dropped out of order, so I'll just let them go. I'll figure out what might align with the new key. I will get everything else figured out there, but for now, let's see. So I've got on the back of this lock, and this is why they give you the ability to just not deal with all this horse shit. I like the horse shit, that's the thing, but I need to get this little silver half band off, and I think last time I did it like this. Yeah, and this one is easy enough to get off, and I've seen people struggle with these on videos, and it looks like a big hairy deal, but there we go. I will take my follower. Let's see, what do I want to do with this chamber? I want to make it like this, so that I'm not going to drop any key pins into anything. But if I do, then that's like that. And those key pins are going to drop into this as I push it through. So I don't want it that way. I need it like this. As aligned as possible. If you saw me do that other one, last video, 3 videos back, whatever, when I cored it, it all just dropped right out of the slot there. But let me shut up and just do this, because the problem is that the keys are pin's gonna get in the way here. See, I kind of dropped it already. Kind of is the way it is. There we go. I'm just gonna let that last one come on out, because I'm gutting it anyways. It's not like I'm trying to assemble it here. And it was that safety pin that was catching. Put that aside for now. Let's see. This is the back of the lock, the thing that engages up in here. So the first pin out is actually, it's a spool. Is that a spool? This is the back of the lock. No, this is pin 1. So I didn't realize actually pin 1 is serrated. If I can get this to focus, I'm going to set down the mechanism and hope it doesn't blow up, because there's see, it's actually serrated. Let me get a pair of tweezers for this delicate operation here. I'm surprised. I didn't realize that that was the case. If I can get it to focus. There it is. I'm just going to leave my hand in the shot because it stays in focus then. Serrated on the top and the bottom. I didn't realize that. Okay, so that's interesting. I will set that above, well, I'll put that back where pin 1 was. It's may or may not be going back in there. I will see what's what. The springs are springing out already, so I'm just going to be careful with this whole. That was only the first pin that was suicided on me there, so I'm going to be careful with the rest of them. Let's see. Put that down now. Okay, so let's see. Let me see if I could do this on camera, because last time it looked pretty cool. Like so. You can see one hole for the chamber. Push this back, and the next pin should pop up. If I rotate this, it'll pop up into that little chute. Now that I have control of the depth of said chute, this core, this plug, I should say. There it goes. And that's going to be standard pin. Okay, that's a standard pin. Sorry for the not quite straight orientation there. Let's see. Am I going to get this little spring out as well? I very well might. There it goes. Okay. A lot of little fidgety bits and stuff going on in here. That wasn't a very neat arrangement of me. There we go. Do this. You can't maybe see what's going on up here. I can see it's not in focus and it's not even in shot at the moment. But let me rearrange my pins a little bit here to get things kind of as I'm taking them out for the normal display here. But let's see. I'm actually going to zoom out just a little bit so that we got a little bit better focus there. And I've got my next pin already ready there to jump up on me. There we go. And it is a standard pin as well. I knew that. I put these in there, so they should be what I'm expecting, but I guess I grabbed a serrated pin and didn't realize I grabbed a serrated pin for that first one. So there could be anything in here, is what I'm getting at. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. And I've got another pin just waiting to be jumping up at me. And that one is going to be a standard pin as well. That's going to be pin 4. So we've got 2 more. We've got pin... Ooh, oh, let me get that spring out of there first, actually. It disconnected and is sitting back there. Hello, spring. Come hither. I can't get my grippies on you. There we go. And let's see. Push that back just a little bit. You hear the clickety clack. That's going to be a standard pin as well. And the last one, as I said, should be a spool because it's installed through the back of the little plate back there. So I just installed the one that came with it. Hello, can you twist? Just a little bit. There we go. So, and of course I dropped it. Let me bend down and find that little spool. And I'll grab it with my tweezers and put it into the shot as if nothing happened, right? So that's the last pin there, little spool. I realize it might not have gone into focus at all, but let's see. We're just going to back up, let the thing, okay, cool. It did kind of naturally autofocus there. I'm just going to pull this back because there's only like one spring left in there. Whoa, there's actually a couple of springs in there. Wait a minute. Was this also using, or did I just not grab 3 springs in a row? I don't know. We'll see. But I dumped it over and 3 of them came out. I thought I grabbed, well, there's only enough there, so whatever. I think this is the key pin for that right there. This was the key pin for that right there, or the top pin, driver pin, whichever. I'll get things arranged on the tray here, but I did a shitty job of disabling it anyways. But that's what that looks like, empty. Let me look at this. So the core has none of that chamfering that the other practice lock had. Like you could see the pockets dug into it. Told makes it easier to pick. This one doesn't have that. This one's just a normal ABUS lock with a Schlage core that is now disassembled, right? And this key will be going back into storage with its pins, its appropriate pins, and then I will it'll rekey with this one. I'm going to put, well, there was one spool in there already and a serrated pin that I had forgotten about, right? So I'm going to put probably, well, I want to do 2 spools to begin with because I'm just learning American 111, and I know those have got like serrated key pins and all kinds of other crazy things going on. I don't even dare pick that one on camera yet because I just embarrass myself. I can barely get anything to set. When I do, it drops down when I set the next thing up. So it's going to be my next learning curve, right, to get onto that the green belt, which the lock is green and all that jazz. So I like to go themed, right? Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm going to put 2 spools. I'll put that serrated one back in there. If I didn't realize it was there before, I might as well put it back. I might even do something like, let's see. This is pin 1, pin 6. So I'll leave 6 with a spool. I might put a spool here, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe, I don't want to make it too hard. I want to be able to pick it kind of like I just did on video there, pop, 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 and it's open, right? It's kind of like a show-off kind of a lock, right? But I do want to be able to use it to learn with. So I think, let's see. I think I'm probably going to go with, well, this spool, open, or should say a standard pin. I think I'm going to replace this one with a spool. This one's going to be a standard pin, and I might make this one serrated as well as the one that was there. I have some that have a lot tighter serrations on them, like at one point and the other. So I guess we'll see. We'll see. But for now, that's everything cored and moved and taken apart and everything else. So let's see, I'll retire that key and yeah, rock and roll. Mark A squared.